On an old and somewhat inconspicuous jetty near the eastern cliffs of Ember Island, a small sloop gently swayed. It did not, however, move with the tide or the pull of any current, even though it was not anchored in any way, shape, or form. It merely remained in its desired location. She floated elegantly, proudly, and underneath the light of 2 lanterns that apparently never extinguished their flames, the ship proudly displayed its name on the stern. The Voodoo Hoodoo. And underneath that sign, a band of island hooligans had carved an additional sentence that read, "What you don't dare do." And on board that sloop, 2 hunters stood by the ship's wheel, in a thoroughly confused state.
Maybe we should have asked her for more detail on how it works, you know?
Nah, my bro. It's a bloody crystally gemmy thingy, eh?
Oh, great explanation, Krumpet. That's solved everything, hasn't it?
Just put it in the bloody hole, my bro. In the center of the wheel, eh? Look, yeah. Right here, one pointing.
Yes, I did that, thank you. And nothing happened.
Yeah, well, try again.
Fine, look. See?
Yeah. Now what?
Well, I don't bloody know, do I? That's what I'm saying.
She said something about desire, didn't she?
Yes, but I don't want to be thinking about anything in case, you know, it takes us God knows where.
Yeah. Good thinking, my bro. Like if we said...
Just don't say anything, please, Krumpet, okay? Let's just go back and ask her.
What, you mean all the way back up there? Nah, I'd rather just row the damn boat myself, bro.
Oh, for the love of... How hard can this be? All we want to do is get to this stupid Isle of Forgotten Sands.
Suddenly, the sloop jolted into action. Ropes uncoiled, the sail unfurled, and the ship took to the waves with frightening velocity.
This isn't going to be good for my seasickness, eh?
Pazrael stood on the ship's bow, casting his eyes across the vast sea before him. He imagined it would undoubtedly be a significantly more stunning vista had it not been for the obvious intrusion of ominous clouds. But out there, in the distance, beyond the horizon, something was not quite right. A line stained the clouds, so faint it was barely visible to the naked eye. Pazrael squinted in an attempt to focus on the area, for he was not sure if he was seeing anything at all. But when the clouds eased and the wind blew in the right direction, a very faint purple line could definitely be seen. Krumpet emerged from the lower deck and wiped the sleep from his eyes as he approached his friend.
It's getting darker, isn't it?
Yeah, with each passing hour.
The clouds, they've been gathering and growing in darkness, but now they're starting to swirl, aren't they?
Indeed. They have a colour to them. I can't quite make it out yet. But a storm is coming. That's for sure. And it's no ordinary storm.
Yeah. And we're right in the bloody middle of it.
Aren't we always, Krumpet?
Yeah, that's true.
And you wouldn't want to be anywhere else either, would you?
Well, no, I wouldn't say that's true. Hey, Paz, to think only a few nights ago we were sitting on the beach around a campfire, talking about all our old shenanigans. And now we're on a whole new adventure, eh?
Yeah. Crazy, isn't it?
What's up, Paz?
Well, it's just... You know what Camille said?
The voodoo lady?
Yeah. About us never being able to go back. To our own realm. It saddens me, you know? I think about it a lot. The life I had there. The people I had there.
Yeah. But remember what she also said, though, eh? We were dead there. Or dying, at least. Before the smoke man brought us to this realm. And the people we knew, the people we loved, they were already gone. That's what put us both on this crazy path of vengeance, eh?
Yeah, I know, but...
Nah, we have to let it go, Paz. We're here now, eh? And this is all we have. Hey, at least we have each other, my bro.
Yes, you're right, Krumpet. And I'm glad we found each other. I probably would have died a long time ago in this realm too if it wasn't for you. Either by blade or bottle.
Hey, I got your back, Baz. Always.
A smile emerged on Pazrael's cheeks as a cool rain began to fall around them, and they retreated underneath a thin sheet of canvas that was the only form of protection from the elements that the upper deck had to offer. Close by, the ship's wheel turned on its own as the gem, lodged in its center, let off a heavenly glow. The crossing had taken some time, but strangely, it didn't seem very long at all. Time had moved with an unease, it seems. The isle began to appear in the distance, gaining in size as the sloop approached with relentless speed, and a far cry of thunder crept over the waves as the rain suddenly ceased.
There it is, eh? The Isle of, what was it again?
Forgotten Sands, Krumpet.
Ah, yeah. The Isle of Forgotten Sands. Looks a bit spooky, eh, doesn't it? Like, something's up with it.
Well, she did say it's been sculpted by a millennia of natural mystic. Whatever that means.
I guess we're about to find out, eh?
The isle stretched out before them. A deep, luscious green covered the cliffs that rose from the clear waters surrounding the island. A taller spire of rock reached for the heavens on the far side of the isle, and a calm, tranquil beach with light yellow sand greeted them. The sloop carefully navigated between the occasional jagged rock that ruptured the waves to a small wooden jetty before coming to a halt. The foliage covering the isle seemed overly vibrant. Intense, vivid color of all kinds glistened in what little light was left, clinging to the darkening skies. Palm and juniper trees seemed to bend at their approach, as if peering to see the isle's latest visitors. There were not many after all. The isle itself had one sole occupant, of the human variety at least, and most sailors did not even know of the isle's existence, let alone its location.
Hey, natural mystic indeed, eh, Paz?
Very strange, isn't it? I don't know what I expected. Nothing really, I suppose. You can feel it, can't you?
Yeah, I can definitely feel something, my bro. It's very, disquieting.
As they spoke, a warm and gentle breeze enveloped them, hung in the air for a while, and then disappeared as quickly as it had formed.
So how are we gonna find this Sam, then?
Pazrael turned to his right and cast his eyes down the empty beach to a very faint line of black smoke emanating from a small wooden house.
Well, I don't think it will be too hard.
And so, the hunters began their walk along the Forgotten Sands as the isle itself twisted and bent toward them. As they approached the lone, disheveled-looking shack, the sound of waves became strangely distant, as if some kind of force field encompassed the area. The door opened by itself, and they gingerly stepped into the relative darkness of the damp interior. A man stepped forward, his outline appearing from the shadows. He wore a shimmering silver robe laced with emerald green trim. A clear tube ran from his nostrils to an unseen location immersed by the robe itself.
Hello, gentlemen. I've been expecting you. My name is Sam the Chosen.
Yeah, but chosen by who, though?
Nobody. It's just... That is my name.
Very strange.
You're strange. No.
Huh?
So, Sam.
No. It's Sam the Chosen.
All right, okay. So, listen, Sam the Chosen.
I am an all-powerful water wizard.
Okay. So you're an all-powerful water wizard. That's great. But we were told by Camille that you can help us?
Camille. What a lovely lady. Yes. A lovely girl she is.
Yeah, she is. So we were wondering if...
Do you crave solace in the darkness? Is that it? A light onto your path?
This guy's away with the fairies, eh?
You're a bloody fairy.
You what?
Okay, everyone just calm down, please. Can we just reset here?
Of course. Now listen. Did I tell you I was an all-powerful water wizard?
Yes, you bloody did, my brew.
But did I also tell you that my helping days are over? I'm what you call retired now. It's far too much for me, and these years have taken their toll.
Okay, fine, whatever.
But maybe I could do one last good deed.
You're very confusing, you know, pal.
You're confusing.
Oh, mighty God, give me strength.
Now, don't get snippy with me, son.
Okay, calm down, guys. Sam, can you...
No, it's Sam, the Chosen.
Okay, sorry. Sam the Chosen, can you please help us? We need to find...
I know what you need to find. You're having some troubles with people. Bad people. And that's because some people just want to see the world burn.
Yes, very good. But can you look at this list, please? Where can we find these items?
Sam took the list from Pazrael's outstretched hand. He studied it for some time, his head cocking slightly as he read the written words scribed upon the parchment, before pausing briefly for thought. After some time, he spoke.
Right then, you must listen to me very carefully. You two must go to the top, that mountain. There you will find the remnants of a meteorite. You'll need a clump of ore from that thing. Okay. Then you'll need to find a cave that descends deep underground. Now there might be a small puzzle to solve down there, but I have full faith in you two.
Puzzles? I thought you were the only one here.
I am. But this isle is alive too.
That makes no sense.
You make no sense.
Oh!
Anyway, you'll need to collect a fistful of dust from the sacred stone of the ancients. Next, you'll continue your subterranean search, but this time underwater too. You'll be looking for a glowing reed.
How do we know which one?
You'll know which one it is, because it will be bloody glowing.
Ugh, this guy.
Now then, finally, if you make it this far, you'll surface into a large swamp. And that is where you will find the final ingredient, the death plant.
And how do we know what it looks like?
Oh, you'll know which one it is. It will try and kill you. Now go. But be warned, gentlemen. This isle is...
Full of natural mystic. Yeah, we know.
Yeah, that's right. It is full of that stuff.
One more thing, my brew. What's with the tubes coming out your nose, eh?
Well, did I mention that I was an all-powerful water wizard?
Yeah, once or twice.
You see, to be a water wizard, you must give yourself wholly to the water. I have been voluntarily drowned And this tube is how I breathe. It is connected to a water tank on my back.
So what, you breathe water now?
Oh, I can do much more than that, my friend.
Right. Well, thank you, Sam the Chosen. We owe you.
Don't mention it.
The Isle of Forgotten Sands would normally be drenched in glorious sunshine for this time of year, but instead it was cast in shadow, covered by the dark overcast clouds that seemed ever present of late. But still, the humidity was strong, and the effects of such heat were beginning to take their toll on Krumpet as the hunters began their ascent of the rocky spire at the far end of the isle.
Ugh, it's far too bloody hot up this mountain, eh?
This isn't a mountain, Krumpet. It's more like a tall hill.
Yeah, whatever, brew. Hey, Paz, we never asked what the water wizard actually does, eh?
Something to do with water, I guess.
As the hunters approached the summit, Pazrael cast his eyes at the vista before him. Miles of ocean stretched in all directions. The view was astonishing, but it was also tainted by the storm that lay on the distance. A storm imbued with purple magic. A storm that carried an air of terror that would soon be cast upon all of Lassanesia, unless they could put an end to it once and for all. Surprisingly, the first ingredient was not hard to find, for on a small rectangular plateau, laying upon charred and ancient ground, was a dark and jagged rock, the remnants of a fallen meteorite. Pazrael collected a broken fragment and placed it within his pouch. Krumpet, however, had walked dangerously close to the edge, his attention drawn by a rather large bird's nest. But it was what he saw currently flying toward them that worried him.
Hey, Paz, are you done yet?
Yeah, I think this is all we need, right? I mean, it's just...
Yeah, never mind that, my brew. There's a bloody great big eagle on a death dive towards us. We need to go, now!
The unusually large eagle flew close and low, screaming its anger as it flew only inches above their heads. It was a warning to back away, a recon flyby before launching its attack. Krumpet stumbled backwards, his heart racing, and as he did so, the ground beneath him gave way, and within seconds Krumpet had disappeared. Pazrael reached out to grab his friend, but the ground continued to crumble, as if the land itself wanted them gone from this mound. The hunters fell through the darkness, and after a short fall, they landed with a painful thump on the hard rock below.
Ah! What the hell, my brew?
Are you okay, Krumpet?
Yeah. I think so.
What the hell were you doing?
What do you mean? I didn't do anything.
You were poking around. No wonder that thing attacked us.
Alright, so this is my bloody fault, eh? This place, my brew. This isle is bad news, eh? I'm telling you.
Yeah, never mind that. Let's focus. How the hell do we get out of here?
A thin ray of light shone down upon them from above, but the cavern they found themselves in was dark, moist, and strangely, it appeared to be moving. Krumpet's eyes adjusted quicker than Pazrael's. His natural dwarven habitat would almost seem comfortable if it wasn't for the strange surroundings he found himself in. The walls dripped, not so much with natural water, but more like sweat, perspiration forming on the rocks and falling to pool beneath them. The cavern seemed to move, ever so slightly, barely noticeable even, back and forth, as if the land itself was breathing.
I really don't like this place, you know, Pez.
Pazrael pulled an arrow from his quiver. The bladed end immediately shone a bright white.
Strange, isn't it? Do you think...
Think what?
Do you think the island is really, alive?
Don't be stupid, Babalu.
A strange groan echoed around them, its reverb carrying in all directions as the walls shifted slightly.
I mean, on second thoughts, it might be, I guess.
Look, an opening. Come on, through here. This must be where the cave leads to.
Well, that saves us a journey then.
The cave stretched out before them, its passage barely able to contain a full-sized human. But Krumpet moved with ease, seemingly happy within the confines of the tunnel. Every now and then, the walls shifted, groans and strange noises could be heard whispering through the cave, and water, the sweat of the land, continued to drip around them. The light from Pazrael's arrow slowly changed from bright white to a dull yellow. Krumpet, knowing his friend's arrows depicted his current mental state, chose to lighten the tension.
Hey, Baz, doesn't that mean you're scared or something?
No, shut up.
You know, I can always tell what you're feeling with your special arrows, my brew. You can't hide them from me.
Just focus, Krumpet. Look.
Huh?
There's something up there.
What is it?
It's a door, I think.
The cave widened into a small opening, and sure enough, an old, broken and crumbling stone door presented itself. One that contained no obvious way of opening.
Oh, great. Another bloody door with no handle. Why do people keep making doors that can't be opened?
Doors can always be opened, Krumpet. We just need to figure out how.
Contained within the center of the stone slab that formed the door, a small spherical puzzle could be seen. Pazrael softly brushed his fingers over the cold stone, and the ball moved slightly. He held his arrow closer to inspect the carved details. The depictions seemed nonsensical at first. Stars of all sizes gazing down upon strange beasts with contorted faces, delicate flower petals, landscapes with spires, bending trees, and intricate coastlines. Above the spherical puzzle, a small slot could be seen with no obvious use.
It's a puzzle. Look at these carvings. They look familiar, right?
Yeah, like this island, eh?
Indeed.
The puzzle consisted of a number of intricately carved concentric hollow spheres that fit within one another in a way that seemed almost impossible. Each layer shared a common center, and each capable of independent rotation.
So, what do we do then, Mabru?
I don't know yet.
The walls shifted again, and another groan emanated from the ground, but the sound was different this time, as if the land itself was laughing at them.
Ugh, I bloody hate this place, Mabru. You hear that? This island is bloody laughing at us.
Can you just be quiet, please? Let me figure this out.
Ugh, whatever, eh?
Krumpet turned away in anger and promptly walked to the nearest wall to punch. But instead, he made an ominous discovery.
Oh, that's not good, Baz.
What is it?
By the looks of things, it was the last guy that tried to solve this puzzle.
On the ground, slumped against the forever perspiring walls, lay the remnants of a body. Loose clothing and armor draped over the skeletal remains. Pazrael, unfazed, turned back to the door. His determination heightened, the light from his arrow now a deeper yellow. But Krumpet had begun to smile, his excitement barely contained as he spoke.
Oh wow, look, Baz. It's a bulwark's fury.
What?
The bulwark's fury.
The Bulwark Fury.
That's what I bloody said, Mabru.
Alright, calm down. What is a Bulwark's Fury exactly?
Krumpet bent down and lifted the shield from the corpse's grip. He inspected the minute details etched into its burnished silver and bronze surface, depicting the many battles and foes of its previous owner.
It's a shield of memories, Mabru. A mythical item. It remembers your past battles.
Right. So, it's just a shield then?
Well, yeah, Mabru. But I need a new one anyway, don't I? I lost my old shield back in Pajna, fighting that bloody Oni.
Okay, well, let's hope it comes in handy then, yeah? Now let's get back to this bloody door.
Okay.
Otherwise we're going to end up like that poor guy.
Okay, Mabru.
Krumpet barely managed to contain his excitement as he studied his new possession and slowly walked back to the door. Pazrael began to move the outer layer of the ancient stone ball. The carvings on this first layer contained a plethora of images, each above a small opening. But the opening, once placed in the center, led to another stone ball.
Put your finger in it, Baz. Maybe it's a button.
No, it doesn't work. I think we have to align them. Look, I can turn the inner ball too.
Can't we just punch it? Or bash the door down?
Yeah, I think if that were possible, we wouldn't be joined by your dead friend over there.
Ah, yeah, fair point. Well, what then?
Pazrael aligned the second ball. A further opening appeared. He pressed it, but nothing happened. Krumpet leant forward and was suddenly struck by inspiration.
I'm telling you, my bro, it's the island. This island.
What do you mean?
The images. It's a step process, right? Try aligning the first layer with the stars.
Pazrael adjusted the first layer of the sphere.
Okay, now what?
The second layer. Looks like beasts and mountains.
Well, if you're correct, then the beasts are probably a ruse, right? I didn't see any here.
Yeah. Try the mountains.
Pazrael adjusted the second layer, and a further hole appeared.
I can't see in there. It's too small now.
Holding the shining arrow close to the puzzle, Pazrael removed a sai from his belt. Gently, he placed the thin tip of the blade into the hole and began to move the third layer.
Flowers, trees, some kind of shoreline.
Flowers are too small. It must be the trees. Remember how they all bent towards us when we arrived? Maybe it's the source of this island's mystic.
Pazrael adjusted the third layer again. A hole appeared, and a fourth layer of the sphere became visible.
How the hell are we even supposed to see that?
Well, there were only 3 images left, right? Under the stars, we see the mountain. Under the mountain, we see the trees. Under the trees, it's either the beasts, flowers, or the ocean.
Ah, yeah. But we already ruled out the beasts and flowers, didn't we? It's gotta be the ocean. It's everything that makes this island what it is.
Pazrael carefully placed the tip of his sai into the final hole. The movement was slow as the stones creaked into place. But when they did so, a final hole appeared, and from that hole, a small silver ball was released.
Haha! I knew it, Baz. I solved it, didn't I?
Yes, Krumpet, you did indeed,
said Pazrael, as he bent down to retrieve the silver ball and placed it into the slot above the stone puzzle. A deep rumble shuddered the ground. A stone debris split and fell from around the door's circumference. The air began to shift as if gravity was temporarily weakened. A blue aura descended and covered the stone frame in front of them. And now, slowly, the door began to open. It revealed a further chamber, a chamber that contained a single stone pillar.
That must be it, Crumbs. The sacred stone of the ancients.
Right then, let's get us a fistful of dust, eh?
No, wait!
But Krumpet had already rushed forward. He had time to grab a collection of dust, the decayed crust of the stone that had lay undisturbed for untold millennia upon the pillar's surface, before the ground beneath them crumbled and fell away, and the hunters found themselves once again falling through darkness. This time, the landing was soft, painless, and extremely wet, for the hunters had fallen into a subterranean river. The water was cold, and the current was unnaturally strong. It pulled them fast, their heads bobbing above and below the surface as it rushed them forward through the darkness into a calmer, open body of water.
Oh, bloody hell, my bro, this isle is just one bloody booby trap.
I know. We'll fall through the bloody earth if we're not careful.
The pool they found themselves in was small, and before long they had reached the end.
Where do we go now, Paz?
Pazrael held his arrow underwater. The glow was powerful enough to illuminate what lay beneath them. In the green, murky depths, an opening was visible.
Another cave. We have to go under.
Oh, no way. No way, my bro. I'm not doing that. What if it doesn't go anywhere? What if we run out of air? What if we...
Krumpet, we do this or we stay here and die. What choice do we have?
I hate this bloody place.
Ready?
No.
3, 2, 1, go.
The hunters dived into the cold depths of the water. It seemed thicker than normal, saltier. By the light of Pazrael's arrow, they found the underwater entrance to the cavern and entered. The tunnel was long, darker somehow, but ahead of them, a faint glow began to shine. They delved deeper, swam harder. Air was beginning to deplete, their lungs burning already. Suddenly, Pazrael stopped. Krumpet almost swam into him as he made eye contact and saw his friend pointing down to a reed, a glowing reed. Krumpet frowned and pointed to his chest, as if asking why it had to be him again. But Pazrael pointed with more enthusiasm this time, and Krumpet reluctantly obliged. He delved down to the cavern floor. The reed shone a glorious turquoise color. Its beauty was captivating. Krumpet almost didn't want to disturb the thing, but his lungs told him otherwise. He grabbed his axe and cut away at the root until the reed came free. Its glow faded slightly, but its color remained. Krumpet was about to swim back up to Pazrael when something touched his leg. He turned in the darkness but saw nothing. It brushed again, harder this time. Krumpet's mind played tricks on him. It felt big, it felt strong, and it wanted to pull him down, down into the cold waters for disturbing the local inhabitants. His mind raced, his heart pounded in his chest, and his lungs burned as he swam faster than before, overtaking Pazrael. Their air was desperately low. Pain began to affect their entire bodies. Limbs weakened with each passing second, and hope faded with them. But a light could be seen, above the surface this time. They raced for it, their vision fading fast now, a vignette of peril shrouding their peripheral vision and steadily making its way to the center. The thing, whatever it was, gave chase, continually brushing against Krumpet's leg, threatening to take hold, threatening to claim his corpse for the water. But the light grew fast, and with mere seconds of life remaining, they reached the surface. From peril, they had somehow found yet more luck, for they had emerged in the depths of the swampland. Krumpet spent no time on this blessing as he rushed to the safety of land and promptly pulled himself up. Pazrael followed, and the duo turned to face the monster. And from the murky depths of the swamp, it appeared. A small bright yellow fish, barely the size of a hand, jumped from the water, offered them both a disapproving and somewhat menacing look, and then disappeared under murky ripples. Pazrael couldn't help but laugh between gasps for air.
Was that it?
Don't laugh at me, Brew. I'm telling you, it seemed a lot bigger down there. Okay?
But the danger was not yet over. For behind them, a gaping mouth bent down toward them. Its jaws open wide, several layers of razor-sharp teeth drooling at the prospect of fresh meat. But this would-be assailant made one mistake. As it bent down toward them, its stem creaked. Krumpet turned in one move and swung his axe wildly, his adrenaline already pumping from his last attacker. The stem from the death plant sliced open. A gooey green substance briefly filled the air as the monstrous mouth fell limp to the ground.
Fucking hell, Mabru. Can we please just leave this god-forsaken place now?
Holy shit! Nice work, Krumpet. That's the final ingredient.
Pazrael carved off a section of the plant, and the hunters gathered themselves before leaving. Through the swamp they traveled. Strange echoes overlapped distant bird call. Trees full of vines bent down toward them. The ground was wet and sloshed with each footstep, but eventually they emerged at the beach, and from there it was a short walk back to their boat.
Finally. Let's just leave, eh, my brew? I haven't got the time for that crazy old man in there.
Sam's a good man. He gave us what we needed.
It's Sam the Chosen, you know.
Yeah, indeed it is.
and as they boarded the boat, offered the command, and began their journey back to Ember Island, the waters around them began to swirl. A faint green hue emerged through the ripples, and a distorted yet somewhat familiar face began to emerge.
Leaving so soon.
Krumpet bent over the side of the boat, his face contorted with anger.
That place is a bloody nightmare. Why do you live there?
It is my home. I am she. She is me.
Thank you, Sam, for your help.
Don't mention it. And it's Sam the Chosen, by the way.
The hunters both managed to smile as the ripples faded away, but that smile was quickly wiped away as for the first time in a long time they looked up toward the sky. The darkening had increased, the swirling clouds as black as night, and each and every one of them was tainted by an ever-present purple mist.
How long were we at that isle, my brew?
I don't know. Maybe that's why it's called Forgotten Sands.
This is getting bad, Pez. We need to end this. Soon.
I know, Krumpet. I know.